In this video, we're now going to be bringing in the enemy characters. I've created some characters for you using Adobe Fuse, and I've created the animations for those characters as well. So we're just going to be importing them and putting them into the scene so that we can see what they look like from the player's perspective. So I've given you the files as part of the resources for this session. So if you just want to open that folder, it's a folder called Enemy Characters, and there's a Unity package file. So I've packaged everything up inside of there. Just click on this in order to decompress and open this. Okay, now you need everything, so ensure that everything is checked. Just click import, and obviously that will then import the folder. Now they are FBX models, so you can fully animate them yourself. You can incorporate Mixamo animations. And what's great about these is you only need one animation that can cover all of your characters. Okay, so whatever animations you use, they will work on everybody. Now we will take a look at these characters in the game world once they're installed. Okay, it's just bringing in all of the textures. So these characters do have normal maps. Whenever you import a texture, it comes in marked as texture. This one is telling us it must be marked as a normal map. That's all it's going to do. So we'll click fix now. It just changes how those textures are marked. Alright, pretty easy stuff, but Unity does it for you. Okay, so now we have our Horror Fuse characters folder, just there. Let's double click. So we've got loads of stuff, animations, characters, materials, textures. But let's click on the prefabs. We have 6 characters. Okay, so when I click on my first character, you can drag this around, by the way, to make it bigger. This is what one of our characters looks like. They're all based on the same character. They're just changed slightly, let's say. So all I've done is basically customize some morphs for the characters, but they're actually all based on the same model, so they actually share a lot of the same textures. And the reason for that is to save on memory. So when we're running the game, we don't have to load as many textures into RAM, because at the moment there's so many textures in this game that it's actually eating up quite a lot of RAM. So I didn't want to have 6 completely different enemies with 6 different sets of textures to load into RAM. So I'm trying to share as many textures as I can between the characters. Okay, so let's get a little bit closer. I've actually moved our main player, the first person character, over to this big house. Okay, so it's just it's where the big tree is, just round the side there. You can put these anywhere you like, to be honest. It's not a problem. So we're just going to drag this enemy 1 character into the game. Okay, now it does actually put him right at the top of this hierarchy list, which is not so good. So with him selected, we're just going to go to edit and copy, scroll all the way down to the bottom to my assets and edit and paste. Alright, then it obviously puts him at the bottom. Let's click on this one and press delete to get rid of him. Down to the bottom, let's put the enemy into the my assets folder. Let's change his name, so it's enemy 1. Now unfortunately you might have to do that every time you bring in the enemies. And I'm going to keep this organized, so I'm just going to click game object create empty, put it onto my assets, and let's call this enemies, and then we can put all these in the same folder then. Drag that into the enemies folder, great. So then we can open that, close that. It makes it so much easier to find them all. Okay, so there's the enemy in the game. As you can see, there are 2 lights attached to this character. There's a front light and the rear light, just to ensure that the character is fully illuminated. We're going to be going into that in the next video. Now, our main player character at the moment is, if I can find him in the list, it's a little bit small. So when I put him down here, let's try and get him a little bit closer. So as you can see, our main character is a little bit small, and you may have been noticing this as we've been playing through the game, that whenever you get to a door, the door handle seems at our eye line, so it's where our head is. It's because our character has come in with the wrong scaling. So with our FPS controller selected, we're going to go to our Y and just stretch him a little bit to 1.3. There we go. Now the camera is about the same height as this character's head. So door handles should now appear at the right point in the game.